Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are deception stoppers, the 4D destroyers. I'm not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. I don't advocate that you don't support your human offspring. I simply advocate that you made them in private, you take care of them in private. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to mention the name. You can read this bullshit for what it's worth. All right, but here's this. Someone gave a poll, okay, which was cool. Okay. And the poll is, if child support gave you a refund check in your all caps name, would you keep it and cash it? That is the dumbest fucking question I ever heard. Okay. Now let's look at some of this. It's asking yes or no. Let's look at some of the responses here. Fuck yeah, I would, without a doubt. Okay. They've been sending me checks. Okay. Doesn't match my ID. It's not me. Okay. Cash the shit out of it. 64% ain't fully woke yet. Nope. So somebody actually said nope. If Child Support sends you a $150,000 check, you wouldn't cash it, Mr. Yasal. Full of shit. All right, money answers everything. I just looked up the Bible verse. Singing ass AR for special deposit only. All right. So here's the thing, gentlemen. When I express to you, do not accept mail. Okay. If you know that you're getting a check, sure. Why wouldn't you accept it? Okay. That's positive. You have a right to accept what you want to accept. If it's going to benefit the all caps name, the strong man, sure. Goddamn right. Hell, I would even do that. Well, I wouldn't have a chance to. It'd be hard for me to cash because I have an ID. All right, I don't get checks. I only take cash. All right, but the fact of the matter is, you have to look at the scenario. Do you want a bill or do you want a check? All right, because 98% of you out there, you ain't getting no checks. Okay, usually you get a bill in the all caps name. Okay, which is fine. That's and look, don't take my word for it. Look at your credit card. Look at your driver's license. Look at the bills when they come in the mail. They're in the all caps name. Okay, but when it comes to child support, you have the option of saying I'm going to accept it or I'm not. Okay, because child support is not going to out of the blue send you a check. I can guarantee you that. I'm going to say it again. Child support is not out of the blue going to send you a check. It ain't going to happen. Okay? Until your case is dismissed. Now, if you're in and you're fighting, okay, you've been going through and you've got a dismissal, okay, and we will mail you the check, of course, sure you'll take it. Who wouldn't? What man in his right mind would not take a check? All right, and that's fine and dandy. I mean, the rule is you settle for a check, but here's the catch. When you got confirmation that the case is dismissed, that the IWO is dismissed, all the remedies against against you and child support are dismissed, okay? Sure. Of course you take a check. That is a positive thing. So let me ask you a question. Would you rather have an aspirin or a shot of heroin? That choice is yours. So these dumbass polls that people are putting up, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. A check is a positive thing, and you've got every right to accept one if you know you're getting one. I don't care if it's in the all caps name, but that's benefit. If it benefits you. Remember, the government was created to be a benefit, security, and protection of the people. So if you get a check in the all caps name of the straw man, fine and dandy. That's a benefit to you. That's a benefit to the straw man. If you get a bill against the straw man, that's not a benefit. That's a liability. All right. So you have to look at, again, gentlemen, look at the words. Again, I'm going to say it again. Governments were created to be a benefit, security, and protection of the people. So anything that's a liability from the government, why would you accept it? Okay. So the poll is invalid. All right. And not to mention, fortunately, that channel only gets about 40 or 50 hits per video. All right. But the fact of the matter, gentlemen, is it is what it is. Okay. So if the government is going to benefit the straw man, then accept it. If it's not going to benefit the straw man, then why would you accept it? Okay. So let's see. On the left hand here, I got the 4D crime family, which is really not a government, handing me a check, a big ass check, right? And then on the right hand, I got the 4D crime family, which is not government, handing me a big ass bill. Okay? That's just common sense. And some people just don't have common sense. All right? So you put it in the perspective as you need it to be. And remember, and I say this regularly, your mind is like a parachute. It only works when you open it. Okay? You have the right to accept whatever you want to accept. If it's gonna benefit you, accept it. If it ain't gonna benefit you, why would you accept it? Okay? Yo, man, I got a headache here, man. You want a couple of Motrins? Yeah. Or I'll say, here, man, you want a shot of heroin? Which one you gonna take? Duh. All right, that's just common sense, gentlemen. I love how people just try to twist stuff up. All right, and guess what? More power to you for the haters. All right, and I'm not mad at you because guess what? Like Malcolm X said, if I'm getting under your skin, that's why you're hating because you know I'm right. Okay, and the beauty of it is, all right, the people who put these polls out can never even sit at the same table with me. They are beneath me. Okay, they can stare and talk all the trash they want. All right, that is beneath me. Okay, we're way above that now. We are an online college. We're an education service. Okay, I want to see you go into court. Excuse me, in a 4D administrative hearing, talk about bitches and hoes and hard dicks and making sandwiches and shit like that. That's not going to fly. That's not teaching anything about 4D. All right, sitting there saying men are pimps and reading out of the Bible, that has nothing to do with Title 4D. Okay, quoting the statutes and breaking down the words and breaking down the definitions so your comprehension skills are higher. That's an education. Knowing public laws, knowing the provisions of 4D statutes is what's going to win cases. Okay, that's what's going to win cases. That is what's going to win cases. And education. All right, because if you're properly educated, I'm going to say it again, then you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Okay? If you know the truth, who can lie to you? All right? And if you got the right education, check this out. You not only will you become an educator, but you can learn how to set up the 4D crime family. You can ask them questions that you know that they're going to lie about. And all you got to do is prove that they lied one time. That shit's on their credibility. It's a done deal. Okay, that last video I showed you, these people was more than happy to cut him a check because number one, he educated himself and they knew that they were wrong. They had to cut him a check because if they went to federal court, they was going to cut him 3 times as much. And trust me, that shit was big. Okay, stop fighting for chicken. Stop fighting for Jordans. Start fighting for your rights. Be careful of false information, false prophets. Okay, beware of the mark of the beast. All right. Receiving a check from the federal child support enforcement crime family is a positive thing. And yes, you should cash it. Well, that's the dumbest question in the world. All right. Receiving documentation, right? If you know that it's coming, all right. If someone hands you and says, listen, we're going to be dismissing this case, we're going to cut you a check, why wouldn't you accept the mail? But that's positive. All right. But that's a benefit. All right, if the government is not going to benefit you, then don't accept it. You only want to accept benefits. What is benefit? A profit or gain from something. What is liability? Look it up. It is a loss. All right, liability is a loss. When you get that regular shit and it comes in the mail to that obligor, that's a liability. You don't have to accept it. All right, again, common sense. Well, we sent the mail. Did you send me a check? No. Okay, what you sent? We sent you a bill. All right, that was liability. I don't want your fucking liability. You send me a check, I'll accept it. I'll cash it. You send me a liability, it ain't gonna happen. We are America's only child support education service. Okay? This was a banner that I had hanging up on my office when I was down there in Covington, Georgia, which they tried to shut down and they could not. All right, look at the word education. Look it up. Okay, we're not out here just talking trash. We are an education service. So if you get a check in the mail from Donald Trump, hell yeah, you cash it. You get a bill in the mail from Donald Trump, you send it back and say, man, you done lost your fucking mind. Pick one. Okay, pick one. I can guarantee you, the haters. Listen, I don't mind you hating. I love it, but guess what? You can't even scratch the surface over here at the Child Support Education Service. It ain't gonna happen. You can talk all the shit you want. Get you some subscribers, then talk some shit. All right, folks, I'm out of here. All right, so dumb is dumb, smart is smart. Benefit's a benefit, a liability is a liability. Which one do you want to accept? Hotep.